What up?
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of NFT Tari. Woo! So we are in episode four. Just
Episode 4.
episode four,
Yeah,
guys.
4.
Well, I'm
We
thankful
made it.
for
We made it after 3 episodes. That's not
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
we,
bad.
yeah, and first and foremost, I would like to thank everyone who's watching. Everybody who's also watching it. Our post while we post edit this and then we repost it on our Instagram. Yeah, thank
Mm-hmm.
you for your support. Thank you for all the messages that we've been getting, like all the feedbacks and
Yep,
all
yep.
that we've been getting so
Thanks,
far.
thanks.
Yeah, I think let's jump into it. But before that, a disclaimer. Like I think the main reason why we created NFT Tarik is because Haziq and myself, we are noobs in the NFT space.
Noobs. Total
Yeah,
noobs.
but at the same time, we feel like sharing our experiences would actually kind of help people who are new into the space, who are uncertain and don't know what they're like, don't know what to do, like can actually like come and watch us and yeah, feel that they are not alone, being lost in this space. Like, guys, we are lost, but we are actually finding our way. We are almost 2 months old in the NFT space. Uh, yeah,
2
we
months
made
old, eh?
we've made a lot of
Mm-hmm.
experiences, we've made mistakes, yeah, but then hopefully like all that but then through that we made friends, we've
Mm-hmm.
gained a lot of people who are helping us along the way and they are
Yep.
watching this as well, so like appreciate all your help. And yeah, we are in like community spaces and also like hearing it from everyone, so yeah, thanks for everything, man. Like this has been a journey. Yes, so Zik, like, what's today's episode about, man?
Today's episode, we are going to talk about strategies of NFTs, which is either you hodl or you flip. Hey,
Hodl or
before
flip?
that,
Yeah,
let's do a quick summary of what we actually have discussed about in the previous episodes.
sure.
So, just a quick recap. The first episode, we actually did mention about NFTs. We talk about what NFTs are all about.
Yeah,
We talk about our experience. We talk about
yeah,
our perceptions of NFTs. How we kind of look at it
yeah,
in what way, how to set up NFTs. So I think the previous
yeah.
episode was how you kind of purchase NFTs from the
Yes.
secondary market, from the primary market,
Yeah,
and all that. So it's a build up lah. I guess our conversation is a build up from our previous conversations.
yeah.
And yeah, I think we have reached to a topic where we need to discuss about strategies about
Mm,
NFTs.
yeah. And basically, the strategies are all experimented. It's not just things that we read, but then we experience it. So at least we know that okay, this is something that works on our end. And then we hope by
Yeah,
sharing that experience, like you guys might be able to try it out, or you might like
I
have
guess
questions. Yeah,
correct, correct. I guess we haven't really fully experimented it
yeah.
because we only tried like once or twice or a few times.
Hmm. Hmm.
Definitely learning like we have no idea how things are gonna go the next time.
Yeah,
It could go south like anytime. So
yeah.
yeah, just take whatever we are gonna say with a pinch of salt because this is based on our noob experience. So let's
Yeah.
learn together.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions on the way, just hit the comments below and then we will try and answer them as
Yeah,
we
I'm
go
gonna try to
along.
get a comment section going.
Right,
Well,
right.
you just freestyle lah.
All right. So I think we want to know what's the definition of hodl and the definition of flip. So I think just a little recap of what we talked about last week. So we actually kind of discussed about buying NFTs. Yeah, but then when people buy NFTs, like what's the purpose of buying them, right? So most of them is always like they are buying it for the utility because they know like they have value in it in the future, and moving into the Web3 era and the metaverse era, like most projects are actually gearing towards that. So you are actually like stepping up to the plate and then moving into that space. Yeah, which is why people are actually buying it. But at the same time, like the main definition of NFT is just like it's a ticket, like it's a token. Yeah, it can be a token to like a art token. It could be a music token. It could be like a
Yeah.
business token. It could be a receipt, as per what Gary V just shared,
Ooh,
like
yes.
just a few hours ago. Like, you know, like people might take transactions or like contracts as NFTs. Yeah, so NFTs is just like a method, like a method of transaction, and then
Mhm.
that method of transaction is a unique piece of paper, like, in a sense. Yeah, that no one has.
It's a
Yeah,
digital asset lah, basically.
yeah, yeah, and it can bring value lah to both people or one person itself, the creators. Yeah, so that is like the basic aspect of it, the utility side, and then on top of that, like creators and artists, they use that to actually kind of give ownership to themselves, because you know, like, it's unique. The moment you buy it, like you know, like, okay, like you've owned my original piece, and like, you know, people can try to replicate, but then the contract kind of locks and loads and say that yours is the original, no one else's has it. Yeah,
Mhm. One of a kind. One of a kind.
yeah, one of a kind. So
Okay.
the reason why people hodl, so like, what does hodl?
Wait. Yeah,
Yeah,
what is this hodl? What's that? Is
yeah,
that a
okay,
misspell of something?
okay, so
Okay, you know
basically,
what not? You know what
yeah,
hodl reminds me of?
what
The Game of Thrones episode.
hodl?
Yeah, basically that. Hold the door. That's
Yeah,
what it reminds me. I
so
don't think
for
I'm alone in that. Okay,
bro,
go on.
I think you're not alone on that. Like, I personally feel the first interpretation of hodl for me was literally, it's a misspelled word for hole lah, which
Typo.
is, yeah, like, why they flip then I say, oh, maybe something cool like the cool kids are using now then like, oh,
So
hodl, hodl.
they flip the holder.
Yeah,
They flip the hole to become holder.
yeah, until like I was like, you know what, it just baffles me, and I decided to Google it. So it actually means hold on to dear life.
Hold on to dear life.
Yeah,
And the way you
and
pronounce it is holder.
yeah, it's an abbreviation lah.
Okay.
Yeah, meaning
Alright.
like, whatever happens, don't let this NFT go. Yeah,
Ooh.
because in the future it's going to
Okay.
bring value to it. So basically, people hold NFTs. Like, I don't know what you think about it. Like, my perception of people holding on to NFTs, because like in the future the value would rise, the value would
Mm.
increase,
There's a potential
because,
value lah.
yeah, there's a potential value to it because of maybe the utilities, or maybe the perks, that the returns that it's going to give, you know. Either it's going to be like either a play to earn game, or like your ticket into the metaverse, where you actually meet people who actually hold on to the same project, who actually can bring value to you in the future, like make business propositions, so on and so forth, like going into it, you know. So like, you see that there is this potential in this project to like explode. Yeah, like, I think very clear examples like BAYC, like this is like so clear examples like
What's
BAYC,
BRIC?
bring a yacht club, you know, Void 8 Yacht Club. Yeah, like
Okay.
CryptoPunks, you know.
Mm.
So
Okay.
basically, people who actually buy this project, they know like that
Okay.
the potential for it to grow
Okay.
value.
Let's talk about this culture of hodl.
Okay.
So I believe it has been around before
Mhm.
NFTs. It's been around since the whole culture of sports cards. It's been around
Mhm.
since the culture of basically back in the day, right? When people buy something and then they
Mhm.
sell it for cheap, but if they know the potential is gonna make them more money, they will just hold it lah.
Mhm.
But obviously that term didn't surface back then lah. So, but
Mhm.
the idea is there, right? So,
Yeah.
it's been around since the most prominent one will be the sports cards era lah, where
Yeah.
the longer you hold a certain card or something, the value might just go up. Talking about cards, I think someone who knows about cards
Yeah.
is probably watching this.
Yeah.
We can find out more about him, about that
Mr.
from him.
Hinja.
Yeah. So and another example is, yeah, we keep referencing Gary Vee. Based on
Yeah.
what we saw him doing is he's always doing garage selling, garage shopping, where he just goes to someone's backyard and buy some stuff,
Yeah.
and then when he gets it, he flips it on eBay, and
Yeah.
he will share how much he earns.
Yeah.
It could probably reach about probably times two or whatever. So there's definitely that culture of flipping, sorry, of holding and flipping.
Yeah.
That kind of like it's been around lah, basically.
Yeah. And I think like another good example, like I'm not so sure anybody watches what do you call that? What's the show where they actually find antiques and then they try to sell it to it's on History Channel. Like it's in my mind but I forgot what's it called.
Is it the one where there'll be an auction and the guy will wrap like
No, it's not an auction. So
each-
basically this guy will come with a memorabilia or something and then like say like, oh okay, let me go check with a expert and then I will come back. Yes, Saka. Thanks, and it's called
pawn
Pawn Shop.
Okay.
Yeah, Pawn Shop.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, Diana said Pawn Star. Okay, yeah, I think it's Pawn Stars, right? Is it Pawn Shop?
I have no idea, but it sounds it sounds like it lah. It's pawn lah, basically.
No, it's pawning. Cannot say pawn. Say pawn,
Okay.
people will think like, hey, did I hear it right? You know. Yeah, but yeah, so it's like pawning an item lah. So basically, the item has got a certain value to it, and you need an expert to kind of decipher, and it's very niche to that particular like industry or that particular hobby that will bring value
or
to it.
particular community.
Yes. And I think same goes to NFTs. Like NFTs, like depending on the rarity, depending on the utility, like it has a certain value that it holds, you know. And people see that, they collect them, and yeah, they hold it for. I mean, I wouldn't say years because we are still new in the NFT space. Like the NFT is still the NFT industry. I wouldn't say it's new because it's been around for years, but people are picking it up now. So it's still quite in its infancy period. Yeah. So like these people are going to hold on to those very valuable digital assets that would actually in the future bring value because it's going to go into the metaverse and so on and so forth. So that's about the whole the term hodl lah, right?
Yeah. So back to that that Pawn Stars concept. It's unless someone actually finds it valuable, then there's value. If no one actually knows, hey, why are you selling this old classic guitar by who? I don't even know from who. So there needs to be some form of hype, I guess, community. But we'll get there lah. Right.
No, but then I think to differentiate like all these items that people actually pawn for cash, right? Like the difference is NFTs is a clear-cut certificate, big put on the image itself. That itself is like a contract really, yeah. Whereas like for the pawn, right? Like for pawning an item, right? They have to
You never know.
it. Yeah, you never know. And then you have to look for signatures here and there. You know?
Wait, you mean same what? Same as NFTs, what? Like
No.
NFTs could be just a flat, pixelated graphic.
Yeah, but then
So how
it's
do you
really clear-cut
determine?
the address.
From the blockchain.
Yeah, from the blockchain address.
Ah,
So
okay,
it's very
so
clear.
Okay.
It's very
So
clear.
you're
That you know
saying
who owns it. You know?
okay, so from that blockchain you can kind of see who owns it, how many levels of ownership.
Yeah.
But from a physical item like a classic toaster,
Yeah.
you won't know who actually owns it in the beginning.
Only an expert.
1960s.
Yeah. And only an
they
expert.
they can determine from who that particular scratch as from 1930s or whatever.
Yeah.
Bullshit lah.
Maybe. I mean, guys,
That's-
those who are watching, if you can like type out some insights or your thoughts, like we'll probably like shout out and get into discussion with you guys as well. Yeah. So that's the portion about hodl. So you want to move on to flip?
Okay, let's talk about flip. What's flip? What's flipping?
flip is just basically like, for example, as simple as I buy a banana at 50 cents, and then I sell
So
you
PSLE question or what?
and then I sell you at $1.
Okay. Okay.
Simple definition. Yeah. So it's basically that you are just probably in the NFT space is just minting something so that you can just like quickly sell it off. Yeah, either to gain a profit or to just sell it so that it can fund you for like maybe another project or mint another one perhaps, or
Okay.
like just fund you for something. Yeah.
Okay, but before
Mhm.
NFTs, right, have you had any experience of flipping?
Sometimes when I'm angry, when I need to flip at people.
No. We're not talking about flipping tables. We're talking about
Okay.
flipping
Yeah.
assets.
Flipping assets. Actually, frankly speaking, like
Don't have.
yeah, I've never. I mean, I know Carousel is a platform, but I've
Yeah.
never sold anything yet. I bought people's stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought from people stuff. Yeah, so
So
basically what
so
you do
for
is
me, I flip a lot. I will buy like some gadgets from Carousel or whatever, got it for sale, and then I will sell it on Carousel. So I kind of have the experience of of flipping lah. Even though it's
Yeah.
like just $2 profit or $10 profit, it's still a flip. It's still like something that you earn lah. Similar to how garage selling works. You if you want looking to resell it on eBay whatever, that's how it works lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my experience is from Carousel, and I think that kind of like give me a clear idea of finding something that's valuable and reselling it on the market, which can be applied to NFTs if you guys are
Okay.
equipped. Yeah.
Are you saying that Carousel is the open sea of products?
Yep.
All right. Cool. So is there a floor price for certain item?
Yeah. Blessed. Free. That's the block. Bodoh. Okay, Carousel is heavily mentioned in this conversation, so I think we should.
Yeah. Okay. Shopee.
Okay.
Okay.
What
So
we're
we kind of
talking about-
define.
so-
we're gonna.
yeah.
So we're gonna define. We already defined hodl and flip. So like, oh yeah,
Carousel no gas fee. That's true.
That's true.
That's true. Carousel. Maybe if they implement gas fees, right?
Hey,
Maybe
got gas
fuck
fee. Got gas fee if you need to deliver the product to.
Ooh, yes.
That is gas fee.
True.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically that's a little definition of what hodl and flip is.
Hodl and flip. Okay, so that's the
Yes.
culture of NFTs. Strategies of NFTs. Hodl and flip.
So I think my question to you
Hold
Vic, like,
on to dear life or
Yeah.
flip. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So my question to you,
Okay.
Vic, what projects or what type of NFT projects would you hodl?
So I will hodl projects that I am emotionally attached to.
Wow.
Yeah. So because it goes a long way, it goes
Okay.
in deep.
Okay.
So owning it would mean a lot lah.
Okay.
And if I were to flip it, the whole idea of flipping it, I will find it very uncomfortable. There's a
Okay.
discomfort each time I think about flipping it because
Okay.
I will think of the luxury of someone owning it apart from the
Okay.
exchange. For example, if I get $1,000 for it, yes,
Okay.
it sounds like I make a good deal, but the fact that someone owns it and I don't have it,
Uh-huh.
I cannot sleep lah in that way.
Okay. Is it like you feel FOMO that you don't own something like it?
Yeah, because like as a
Okay.
I want to be number one fan. of that particular project or particular artwork or particular artist,
Okay.
and I want to show my support. And if it's something that I'm passionate for, I
All right.
will hold it,
Okay.
no matter how
So
much the amount is.
okay. So let me deduce it. When you're emotionally attached to that project, and you want to show that you are the number one fan. You want to show support to the artists and developers. Yeah. So that's very very feeling driven in a sense.
Yeah.
But then, like when you look at it, when you look at that project itself, like what component of that project do you see, or do you do like research, and you see like, okay, this is something that I
Okay.
would want to hold. Yeah.
Okay. So to answer that, it will actually link back to my previous answer because,
Okay.
for example,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan of TMNT, Teenage
Okay.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
So if they were to come up with something, even if like a 8-bit artwork,
Mm-hmm.
I won't hesitate to jump right in because it's TMNT.
Okay.
Because
Let me-
there's my attachment to the brand, the icon, the characters. That what
Okay.
makes me want to dive in. But I do understand where you're leading with your question. You're talking about either the art
Mm-hmm.
or the
Utility.
utility. So
Yeah.
I don't know if it's utility because for me,
Mm-hmm.
my childhood is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
So I don't mind having it like
Uh-huh.
till my adulthood lah.
Okay. Okay. Let me write this down. To create TMNT NFT projects for Haziq to buy from.
But I would try to buy it at a very low price.
Oh, can lah.
Yeah.
My price very low. I think.
Yeah. Okay. So for example,
Point one.
so for example, in this landscape right now,
Mhm.
there's no new movies for TMNT. There's no
Yeah.
upcoming movie. There's cartoons right now, but the
Yeah.
Nickelodeon illustration it maybe not appealing to the crowd. But
Yeah.
one day, if they bring back the classic TMNT and they actually turn it into a proper series,
Okay.
that might be that might surface it into something that's huge. Yeah. So, for example, if they suddenly want to be into and want to get into metaverse or MNT space, TMNT space, so and that will actually there might be a lot of people who like TMNT. So we are all rushing for it, rushing for that.
Yeah.
Probably 1,000, 10,000 NFTs, which is not easy to get, by the way.
Ali Lestali say he would sketch TMNT for you.
Bro, the
Yeah.
classic one, please. The classic
Yeah,
one.
just a tip. Two
I'm
if
a-
minimum 2 if. he can pay one.
2 ETH. 2 ETH in 2018. Can Bodoh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, Bal, that is my thoughts
Mhm.
on
Okay.
how I'm going at it. So, what about you? What kind of strategies are you looking at? What
Okay,
will make you whole? What will make you flip?
I think for me, like right now, like I'm just talking at this moment of time, right? Like holding something will only mean that I believe in. I really like the art. I mean, for me, artwork is always like the first priority. Like if it looks super good, like wow, this is like something that is in your collection. Is like wow, it'll be cool. Like I think for me, like my way of collecting it should reflect my personality in terms of what I like or what I love seeing. So it's very aesthetic.
Okay.
I haven't dwelled into one-of-one NFTs yet. Partly
Wait, what do
because
you mean by
like,
that? What's one on
okay,
one?
so basically, when we talk about NFTs, there's like the PFP, which would fund projects.
Wait, what's
right?
PFP?
Like, PFP is like profile picture projects.
Profile picture projects are those that individuals, characters.
Yeah, where they create like all
Participate.
those generative NFTs like in the thousands, and then people buy it, and then people will check the rarity, Yeah, but then
So
that is like
those are like characters, then different hats, different
mm,
facial expressions. Okay, got it.
yes, correct. So basically, that one is something that I've been exploring so far, but I haven't explored into the one of one yet. Yeah, maybe which is I feel like as an artist, like I'm definitely wanting to dive in that, but I haven't had the time, that haven't had the chance yet. Partly because like I'm always experimenting and looking at NFT spaces with utilities most of the time. So
Utilities.
so for me, most of the time, like if I were to compare like all these PFP projects that I've been looking at, definitely first and foremost, aesthetics is something that I'm looking most of the time.
So
Things that
aesthetic is the
actually
first, the first
yes,
layer.
the very first. And I think to go to the second one, which is like utilities or like how hyped it is, right? It's actually very far from my first priority. Like this one hits, right? Like I'm down. But if this one cannot hit, right? Like I will be like 50-50 all the way in between until like I see something nice in the utility section that would pique my interest. Partly like for example, like maybe creating a play to earn game, or maybe it gives you chances to do derivative art collabs or
Mm-hmm.
contests. Yeah, so those kind of projects, or even like I'm a fan of the particular artist. So like certain artists that I follow, certain designers that are in projects that I admire and follow. So those are the projects that I would go for. Like I'm very, it sounds very superficial for me, but then like I think that's how I roll. And with that,
Okay.
like uh, for me to actually flip, right, is actually very high, which is something we can share a little bit later in terms of like our strategy journey
Okay.
in the
Okay.
past 2 months.
Okay. But
Yeah.
let's talk about aesthetics.
Yeah.
So what would determine a good aesthetics for you
What would
in
determine a good
NFT?
aesthetic for me? Okay, so basically for me, like I
Is it
think
like the so let me repeat my question. So is
yeah.
it the amount of effort put into the work or into the art, or is it like
Mhm.
as simple as an 8-bit artwork but it looks damn cool? So do you see like the
Mm-hmm.
value in the amount, the effort in the artwork to deem it
Mm-hmm.
as aesthetically epic
Mm-hmm.
or
I
how?
think I think like everybody's got their personal taste in
Yeah.
terms of how it looks like. For me personally, like I mean, for those of you on this like who follow me on my Instagram, know that I have a certain art style which is very hype beast, very street.
Mm.
Like because I'm a street artist, I'm an urban artist, and it's very strong within me. So the things that I'm very attuned to are very related to that genre. Yeah. So
Okay.
if you see artworks with very bold lines, very bright colors,
Mm.
or like I wouldn't say like bold lines is like the nail to the coffin, but perhaps like when you see like very aesthetically loud pieces are those that I kind of like even
Okay.
3D.
Very
And if
vibrant. No?
yeah, like even pixels, like for me, like I mean, I'll be honest, like CryptoPunks is not one of my favorites. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not stylized. Bought it Yacht Club, some hit and misses here and there, but I like how they approach the whole thing. But then when they have like different versions, different projects that come out of it, after that was like looking too cartoonish to my taste. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I think I'm not so sure those of you who've heard of M101 Space. So it's like this spaceship, this space NFT where I think they did a derivative of Mike Shinoda and Snoop Dogg, and the details
Oh
sick.
really?
Like yeah.
Okay, I can
So I
check it
mean,
out.
those of you who want to find out, just find m101.nft. You can find that particular project. Like it's quite interesting, and their line work is good. I think they already finished their mint. They already finished minting. Now everything is all on the secondary market. Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
that's a sick artwork. And I think
Okay,
like
Bal.
what you've collected, like the metal hits, that looks dope.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay. The art.
yeah, yeah. The art.
Okay. Abel, we have a question from
Mm-hmm.
sallypocket.eth.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, what is the average mint price that will be
The
attractive?
the average mean price. Like okay, so like I mean I'm just gonna say
Average mint price. Mint price. So, yeah, Abel, go on.
like I think from my experience in the space of 2 months, so far, like in the Ethereum blockchain, the average price would hang between 0.4 to 0.8. 0.04 to 0.08.
0.8.
0.4, 0.8.
So
I think,
0.04 to 0.008.
yeah.
What about 0.1?
0.1 I've seen, and like the very hyped NFTs like Clone X, like I mean
Oh, that's three.
that one stepped to my heart.
That was a three.
Yeah, I mean I
Okay.
wanted that so bad because I love Murakami. I've been following him for like forever. Then when I see the price, like when I need to sell what's here to get that amount.
Yeah. So basically, my thoughts on average min price that will be
Mhm.
attractive is
Mm.
basically how much your appetite is, right? How much you can afford, right? Basically,
Yeah.
because if the album is dope, but the price is about 3 ETH, like how we kind of perceive Clone X. I look at my bank account, I look at the artwork, I'm like, man, this doesn't map out. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me redecipher that because like I think
Yeah.
there's a bit of layers there. So
Yeah,
like
it's
I think personally, like where I come from, like I don't put in that much money in. I don't have that much money in my blockchain. So like definitely with the amount that I have that I can afford as my first purchase, like at that point of time was I had 0.08. So which is why my first NFT was a toddler pillar because I saw it was good. It was recommended by a friend, and the community was like mad. The art was like at first like
Toddler
it
pillars.
was weird lah because like it's actually a caterpillar with a baby's head and
Oh, by the
holding
way,
gift.
we have
Yeah,
a video of us revealing the toddler pillars.
yeah,
We're gonna upload it soon.
yeah. That was our first video. It was supposed to be the preview of NFT
Yeah, it was
Khalid, but
supposed to be
then
the pre.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
so at that point of time, it was minting it was at public mint 0.06 Ethereum, and I had 0.08,
Mm.
and it was at a time where the gas fees was super low. It was I think about 76 USD. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Okay.
mean, yeah. So it was like it just fell into
So
place, and then I bought my first
so
dollar
basically,
pillar.
it's a nice timing, and you
Yeah,
can afford.
yeah,
So that will be so-called a nice the comfortable mean price for you, which is
yes.
attractive for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
On
So
the
so
on the other hand,
mm,
like if I had more money inside, like if I have a luxurious amount, like
yeah,
on average, I would like to be actually between 0.04 to 0.06 lah. That's a
zero
nice
point zero
main.
four to 0.06.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a
Okay.
nice main price.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's how comfortable you are going at it, lah.
Mm.
For me, 0.0 wait 0.08. Yeah, I think it's about the same. 0.04 to 0.08 would be I would think about, okay, I can afford this. Let's look into it. And then I'll find out more.
Yeah.
But usually it's the other way around. We'll know about the project, and then the last
Yeah.
part is the main price, and then we'll go, fuck it, man. Like,
Yeah, I think
we're
just
done.
to share with our viewers here, like we haven't had the opportunity to be whitelisted into a project yet. So what's the definition of whitelisting is that you are given the priority access to the minting of a project and at a lower price than being it on the public sale market in the primary market of the project. Yeah, so we haven't had the opportunity, but just to share, like
Hopefully sooner.
I just got 2 whitelists on 2 different projects, which I am excited. Yeah, one is this one called Killer Girlfriends. Yeah, so it's actually done by this artist called Zeronis, which I followed him for like 4 years
Nice.
already. Yeah,
Is it on
yeah.
Soul?
It's on Ethereum blockchain.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
the second one is the Staple Metaverse. Yeah. Yeah.
Those of you who don't know Stapleverse, it's by Jeff Staple.
Yeah.
Staple Pigeon. So you guys should check it out. Staple
Yeah.
Pigeon.
So that one is actually kind of hype because Jeff Staple actually collaborated with RTKFT to release like the Staple Pigeon collab. So yeah, that's quite hype. So yeah,
Okay.
I was lucky enough lah. But then partly was because like they ran an art contest. So me being an artist, like I'm a fan of them. So I just like whack lah.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
that's another way of getting whitelisted,
Yeah. When they ran
which is
art
to
contests.
enter. So not just contest, like get involved
Yeah.
in the community, like make some noise,
Yes.
get noticed lah, make your
Yeah.
presence known. Okay.
Yeah. So like I mean just a little segue from the Hodl and
Top.
Flip like to be whitelisted, every Discord page will have different requirements. It's either you are active on their Discord channel, you share, you do the Twitter rates, you know, when
You
you
need to
actually post a
own a
Twitter.
previous NFT.
Yeah, or you own a previous NFT released by them. So basically, those are like things that you can get whitelisted. Sometimes they run contests, like meme contests, art contests. So like it depends on everybody's like threshold lah, or like how do you feel
Yeah.
comfortable. Like sometimes people like can go full on. Like yeah,
Yeah.
please go, man. I think the chances of you getting whitelisted is higher if you just go full on. Like for myself, like I think I'm not very aggressive in terms of getting whitelisted. But then, like, I love drawing, so like I always find like if there's an opportunity to
Yeah.
win something by doing art, like I would be down. And so far, like I've seen
And
the
you did it
projects.
anyway. You did it anyway, not to get whitelisted lah, right?
No, I just did it like they say like, hey, just do it, and then I'm like, hey, cool lah. Like if I get, I get. If I don't get, also like at least I do an art. And when you do an art, like putting it on social media, also like will garner like some attention, some engagement.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like a win-win situation. Yeah.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Okay, thanks, man.
Alright.
So how many you want?
You can buy for me, right?
Yeah.
I transfer you. I will send me your address.
Can bro. Yeah.
Okay, back to the topic
Sure.
at hand right now. Hodl.
Okay, so
and
am I
Flip.
supposed to talk about the characteristics? So yeah, so basically that's how I would look at holding a project that is very aesthetically driven. Yeah.
Okay. Any examples you wanna say about hodl and flipping?
Okay, so like I mean, just to share an experience that I had. So like when I went into the Ethereum space, like I only had that small amount. So I minted the toddler pillar, but then when I want to try to list it to kind of experiment it, like the gas fees went up. So it kind of stopped there. Yeah, and then that's where I went into the Solana blockchain. And Solana blockchain, like I saw the first project that I saw was Meta Waifu. So Meta Waifu, the 3D looks dope. It looks awesome. It's aesthetically pleasing. But then I kind of hold back on my hodl mentality because I wanted to experience how it's like to flip. So far, based on research, most of the time they say like the moment it's going into public mint or pre-sale mint, like just list it. Just list it and then like see how the market works.
So are you saying the moment you manage to mint an NFT, you should put it up on the market?
Yeah. But but then there's another side of it that we can cover later lah. So basically I'll just start with this first. So basically my mind was like, based on that, like I just want to know how is it to flip a NFT. So Meta Waifu at that point of time, now they are actually sold out, but they are going to do their second public mint probably next year. Those of you who want to know what Meta Waifu is, you can spell METAWAIFU. Meta Waifu.
But search on it when at your own risk.
Search on it when nobody's around you because like there are some of the NFTs like NSFW, because this is like the otaku field. Something that it's art basically. It's art, guys. Yeah. So when I managed, so I was talking to Haziq about it. I said, hey, this is the project that I want to to mint on the Solana blockchain. Like it's going to happen soon. Then I was preparing because the mint price was 1.2 Sol. That's about how much? Like about $400, 400, 300 plus dollars. Yeah, $300 plus at that point of time. Yeah. Then the moment I mint, I straight away listed, and then I went back to sleep because it was about 2 a.m. 3 a.m. That was 3:30 a.m. Yeah, the minting time. And then I had no intention, like I had no expectations about it. But the moment I woke up, like I was like looking for, because when it's in listed, right, it will be posted listed. So I went to the listed page, then it's gone. Then I was like, what happened? Then I look at my wallet, then I saw that there's a big amount of money. So apparently, like I listed it at 3 Sol. Like I put it at 1.2 and I listed it at 3. Yeah, and then it got sold in the next 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, and I was like stunned, like, wow, like it does work. Yeah. So because of that, like I managed to mint another 2, and then I sold one more at 2.6 the next following day. The moment I minted it, I straight away just put 2 of them. But then I liked one of them a little bit more, so I priced it very high. And then the other one I priced it at 2.6, and then I got 2.6, and then I used that to fund for another project.
NFT.
Yeah, another NFT project.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
those whatever you mentioned right now, those are very time sensitive strategies. Which
Yeah.
is to say, once you mint it, immediately put it up because
Yeah.
the hype is still around.
Yeah.
There might be an opportunity for you to make to kind of like
Yeah.
earn from that. So that is if you are in it for flip. I would say that's for flip, right? So when you hodl, there is an opportunity to it's like a long game. It's like a long term.
Yeah.
Just like how you would flip CryptoPunks. So just for those of you who don't know, CryptoPunks has been around since November 2018
Yep.
November, and the price back then it was only $400, which at that point in time it was about 3 ETH, 3 Ethereum. So that was in 2018. And right now the value of it is like, I don't know, millions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that would be an example of a long-term holding of an NFT. So which do you think, like, it's much more based on your thoughts, your perspective, which do you think you would want to go for in terms of strategy?
Like, okay, so personally, like I feel like there needs to be a mix of both lah. It cannot be like hold everything. No, like I think if you hold, that means your loyalist characteristic is like through the roof,
Yeah.
Like,
So
you're really loyal
if I have
on every
so
project.
if I have a TMNT Ninja Turtles NFT, I would hold it.
Yeah.
Who knows? The value might go up, but not sure if it will go as high as like CryptoPunks. So
I mean, I'm just gonna share a little bit. Like, I'm a bit hurt because I wasn't able to mint Adidas NFT.
well, you're not alone, man. We all
Like I'm a true blue fan. When I look at the price, my jaw dropped. Like, wow, like I think I was actually down to not pay some bills to put money in to do it.
Okay, Gable, we got a question from Free to Look. How do you decide on the NFT price?
List price.
On the list price. Do you compare with others in the market?
Okay,
Listing price.
So basically, like to explain that, I haven't explained the other side of when I was flipping it. So this is what I realized. Different projects might have different way of flipping in terms of the pricing and all that. Because sometimes when you mint a public mint, some of them are not revealed until it's sold out. Yeah, and then for some, they reveal, but then they haven't listed their rarity on like probably on like Rarity Sniper or like Rarity Tools and stuff like that. So you don't know whether it's a rare NFT that you're holding or not. Yeah. So basically, these are all the different things that you need to take note of in terms of how you list it, and also when you compare other people who are listing the same NFTs as yours, like at the end of the day, like when I look at it, right, it's really based on like how you feel when you look at all these, when you look at all the different components, like whether is it revealed, whether is it not revealed, whether you look at the market, the secondary market's floor price, and you look at the activity. The most important thing is also the activity, because when there is like a high volume of sales happening at that time, that is always a good time for you to list, and probably the higher chance of you selling, because the moment the activity drops, that means like nobody's looking at that NFT at that particular project lah. That means like it kind of dip lah. So most of the time, that always happens like after sold out or after full review, like suddenly
After
we see
it became exclusive, right?
yeah, like the price will drop, and then people will start like letting go, so that they like reveal lah. No, I don't like my NFT then like, okay lah, I'm just going to offload it at a cheaper price, you know.
So there are some who is able to list it at a price that they are comfortable with. There are some who's desperate to list it, because when you mint something and you don't really like the artwork because it's generated, right? So and when it reveals, it's an artwork that you don't like. There's a possibility that you really want to mint it, like you want to get it off your hand, and if can, you want your money back. If you pay 0.1 ETH on that, you want to have that back. So you will price it at 0.1, for example. But then if someone else is listing it at 0.09, then you will be like, dang, how am I going to sell if someone else is selling cheaper than mine? So it's I would say it falls back to an amount that you are comfortable parting with, or amount you are comfortable losing. But the idea of it is apart from the art, when the idea of flipping is you're not supposed to lose money basically. So there's a lot of variables.
That's the main aim.
Timing. So there's a lot of variables. There's timing, there's reading the room, seeing the market and all that. Sometimes if you even hold it, you might be able to sell it like at a better price later on. That's our answer lah.
And I think like generally, okay, just to do a plug, like I mean, those of you who want to know like the journey, you can actually go to my Instagram on the highlight section, the NFTs. So every sale, I kind of explain a little bit of what went on that particular time, and then you can see the NFT that I sold. So the first one that I sold at 3, like it was quite clear why it was sold at that point of time, because like the rarity wasn't out yet, but it looks really cool, aesthetically pleasing. So when you look at it, like it like at that price, like people will say like, I don't mind parting with 3 soul to get it because it looks dope. And I think that happened because like I tried that with the second sale and it didn't happen, but then I lowered it a little bit. I put it at 2.6 because so the meta waifus, if you look at if you look at my highlights you will know that some of it NSFW. So I sold the NSFW one because like
it's NSFW.
I don't think I wanna get into trouble with that kind of collection.
Or else you'll be sleeping outside.
I'll be sleeping outside. My wife would kill me. It's like they say Malay only can have 4 wives, right? So like,
how many? That was number what? 3.
Number 3. I like on the age really cannot. So I have to sell. So that made me realize. And then my third sale. So the third sale was actually at a loss. My third sale was at 1.1.
So were you okay with it being a loss?
It was okay because I wanted money. I wanted Soul to mint another project.
And you've already made from the first one, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of like see it that way.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's probably another answer lah. Which
yeah.
is
So
like,
like your
if you manage to
strategy
flip
lah.
something that's more, you are
Yeah.
okay to take an L
Yeah.
for one.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my strategy going into it, because like I wanted to experiment how far can I go in flipping, so that I can collect how many projects or like how many NFTs
Yeah.
with just that one injection of Solana into my wallet. So that 3 weeks of experimentation like gave me a bigger picture of flipping, and then it made me realize that there is no like, oh, I just want to flip or I just want to collect.
No such thing. There's no such thing.
Yeah. If you are doing that, that means you are purist, which is also fine. There's no right or wrong. Like, at the end of the day, you got to balance out like how you strategize your hodl and your flipping to kind of fund or like to create your collection that you desire, like, that you dream
Yeah.
of.
So basically, in conclusion, both strategies work. It depends on what you want to do lah. So it's okay for you to flip. It's okay for
Yeah.
you to hold.
Yeah.
Like, if someone's judging you for flipping, like, tell them to shut up lah. Like, I mean, it's up to you.
I mean,
So-
at the end of the day, like yeah, people cast a kind of bad
So
light to people who are flipping.
so those who cast a bad light,
Yeah.
they are just salty lah because you have it and they don't.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if I see someone owning a TMNT NFT and flip it
Yeah.
for like 10 ETH, I would like diss the hell out of the guy lah, basically.
Yeah.
So that's the nature lah.
I guess
Okay.
for me personally, like I have not experienced a high project flip or like a high project like when you hold then the value like skyrocket, and then we haven't experienced it. So probably when we get there, we might actually revisit this topic again, and then maybe our perspective might change.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. So yeah, for that there's a lot of variables. Like
Yeah.
anything can blow up.
Yeah.
Anything. So
Yeah.
just stay true to what you want to do. I mean, we won't judge. If you want to flip, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flipping is an art, by the way. It's an art.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I got some respect for those who flip.
Yeah. I guess at the end of the day, like there is no right or wrong in this space. It's
Yeah.
just about finding your footing, finding your strategy, and trying
Yeah.
to use that to your advantage to get where you are lah. So when you see all these FYPs on TikTok, like, oh, I bought this NFT, then at $300, and then I flip at $1,000. Like,
Yeah.
these are like just
Although it
flex
happened,
traps. Yeah.
just don't FOMO lah, basically.
Yeah, just don't FOMO. Like, you gotta
Yeah.
experiment, you gotta try. Like, sometimes, like, I mean, you will experience like whatever I experienced before. Like, for example, you have this amount, and then you just buy one NFT, and the NFT looks good, but then your intention coming in is that I want to flip. But then because you see it's so nice, you're like, oh, should I hold? Like, the decision point, there is no right or wrong. If you hold, it's fine. That means you can save another money, go into your project. But if you let go, then like there's another discovery lah. Like, hey, I sell it at a higher price. Like, I get to sell it maybe double, and then I can use that to fund. So like,
Yep.
there is no right or wrong in terms of like
Hey,
doing
but
that. Yeah.
shout out to
Yo,
guy,
bruv.
Puff in the house.
What up, bruv?
What
What's
up,
two
what up?
chili for? One for me, one for Haziq.
I guess NFT.
NFT
Okay,
chili.
but so we got 2 minutes. What
Yeah.
would be how are you gonna do this? You wanna summarize any takeaways? Any thoughts you wanna leave to the audience?
Yeah, sure. I think we kind of define what hodl means, which is hold on to dear life, like holding on to NFTs that has the potential for you to get benefits from, or like to benefit from, in terms of either you sell it at a higher price in the future, or like its utilities will bring benefit to you, so you see the potential in that, so you're actually like you're holding it now, so hodl. And then flipping it is definitely like just buying an NFT or minting it so that you can sell it at a higher price, so for you to earn either to earn, like just earn money, or like earn for you to get better projects in the future. So that's the definition. Like, I think for me, my summary on strategy is that try and balance both holding it, and definitely if you want to build your collection, you can hold, but then using the flipping method to kind of like fund for those projects that you want to hold on to lah. Yeah, and it's just a balance of like how you manage these two strategies together. Yeah, that's from my side.
Yeah.
What about you, bro?
So for me, based on this conversation, there's no such thing as you need to be a flipper. You need to hold. There's no such thing as that. You can do whatever you want. No one's gonna judge you for that. And there's a lot of variables to see the success of both approaches. If you are flipping, you need a strategy. Like you got to see the variable components like time, the height, and the value of it. And if you wanna hold, it's a long game. It's like, for example, CryptoPunks. They were valued at 400 at January 2018. Now it's 2021. So most likely, who knows, whatever NFT that you own now, in 5 years' time, it might have like a certain value. So you never know. So it depends on the project, it depends on the community, it depends on the owner. A lot of it.
Hey, shout out to Dennis. What up, Dennis? Been a while. What's up, bro?
Yeah, what up? So, alright. So I think, wow, that was an interesting one.
Yeah, we kind of dive in deep, right, for this topic.
I hope you guys find value in our discussion. Thanks again to those who join us. I think shout out to Denise, KZHR, Graf, Do It For Way. Okay, I hope these guys are all still here. Thank you guys for joining. But what are we going to talk about next time?
We will actually post it out lah. Probably we will ask questions beforehand, perhaps. Oh, I think next week would be our last show for the year, guys. Yeah.
Nice. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So probably we might do a summary of like our experience.
Probably we might have a guest speaker.
Yeah, probably we might have a guest.
Who would that be?
I don't know. We're hinting someone that is watching here also.
That guy.
Yeah. What's this? Robot.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna have this up on our page. So do check it out. We try to release the episodes once every week.
Yeah, actually until now, episode 4 still no day. How?
Bro.
We need 2022.
By our 10 episode, right, we need to have at least one day. Okay, guys. Again, thanks for hanging out with us.
Till next week.
Till the next week. I'm Zig for VI.
And I'm Bal. Yeah, anyway, hope to see you guys till the next one.
Take care, guys.
Alright, Charles.
Bye.